May 17th came, and May 17th went. On that very special day, the world was given a present. Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish's third studio album, is among us. It's here. We need to talk about it. My name's Elisa. If you've never met me, my name's Elisa. And I don't think I've ever said this publicly, but I'm a big fan of Billie Eilish. Ever since I heard Ocean Eyes in 2016, my freshman year of college, I knew I was fucking with it. I knew I was fucking with her. First of all, I think that her and the way Finneas collaborates is unmatched. Genuinely, this is a brother-sister duo that we maybe haven't seen since the Jackson 5. I watched The World's a Little Blurry 3 times in a 2-month span in 2021. And you can bet your bottom dollar I tuned into every Vanity Fair interview that was filmed on October 18th. Anyway, I don't need to convince you guys. I know that you believe me. And the fact that she dropped Hit Me Hard and Soft one day after the first half of Bridgerton season 3, it's just... her mind. Truthfully, I can't even joke the way that I normally would because this album hit me hard and soft. For the past 5 days, this album is the only thing that I've listened to. And I've been listening to it in full, nonstop, 45 minutes, go, go, go. This album has a song for every mood that I could possibly be in. And yes, I have favorites. And this album genuinely is so different for me that I don't want to break it down the way that I've broken down every other album. I want to break this album down by the mood that it gives me and by the period of my life that it reminds me of. Because obviously Billie made an album with what's going on in her life in mind, but she didn't want us to relate to her life. She wanted us to relate to our own lives. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Song 1, Skinny. This song feels like a good ass cry in the shower. And not a sad cry, not a happy cry, but a cry of like you are shedding your old self. You're grieving your old self because that version of you taught you so much, but it's time to go live off in the cosmos. And now you're stepping into your newest self. It's like a rebirth. And I feel like I can relate to this song right now in this moment of my life because I am shedding my old ways a lot. And I do feel lighter. I do feel skinny, metaphorically. Lunch. This is definitely a 180 from Skinny, but you know what? After a good ass cry, I'd be turned the fuck up. So I feel like I can relate. Literally, kind of fortunately, I haven't had a crush in months. You guys, I feel so good and I feel so free. And this song feels like you want to run around the city on a Saturday all day with the person that you have a badass crush on. And I miss having a crush. And this song puts me into that mode. It puts me into those days when I did. It low-key puts me in the future because I don't want to go back to any of that bullshit in the past. But I'm ready to have a crush, and it just feels like a good crush, and you're just hanging out and you're making memories with your crush. But it's actually a craving, you know? It's more of a craving. It's a feeling. It is a craving, not a crush. Summer's coming, baby. CHIHIRO. This was one of the songs Billie previewed. May I add, she didn't drop any singles. And she said she didn't do that because she doesn't like when we're hearing a lot of new stuff and then we get to that one thing that we heard before and then we're getting back to the new stuff and then it's taken out of context. You know what? I love that you did that. I love that you made us wait even though I didn't want to. But you previewing CHIHIRO and then CHIHIRO sounding as good as the preview. Oh, first of all, thank you. Badussi. Billie is the queen of ethereal music. This song is ethereal as fuck. When I close my eyes and I hear this song, I picture myself underwater in a submarine with a person that I love or really like. Maybe we're in a fight, but we're putting the fight in the back seat for now. We're chilling, we're cruising. Not a care on the mainland can bother us down here. We're not worried about the air pressure. We're not worried about sinking. We're not worried about running out of oxygen. We're just enjoying. This song makes me feel so much enjoyment. I could tear up, you guys. It's crazy. This song is in my top 3. Easy peasy. Birds of a Feather. This song is the friendliest love song I've ever heard. And I say that because this song sounds like something I would listen to when me and my girls are on a girls trip and we just leave the airport and we're in the car driving to the Airbnb or the hotel and we're just cruising, enjoying our friendship. But she's talking about being in love. And you know, Billie has said before, she considers herself to be in love with her friends, saying friendships are just as important as relationships, and you're in love with a partner, and in a way, you're in love with your friends and your friendship. And this song just makes me feel like that. This song just makes me think of my friends. And you know, maybe it's because of the title, but it's also because of the vibe. Wildflower. This song is in my top 2, and it is not 2. Okay, here's the thing. I didn't want to get into this. We're going to have to get into it. A lot of people have been speculating that this song is about a certain person that she was friends with, and then she started dating that person's ex, and she could not get the friend that she was friends with before out of her mind during this relationship. The ex that she started dating, I mean, they were broken up, but they were dating for years and years and years. And you know, that shit takes time. If this was a situation that happened to me or to my friends, I would be like, fuck that bitch. However, Billie is giving us the perspective of the person. I mean, she's not the other woman. She's the only woman because they broke up. But she's giving us the perspective of the friend. And I think in this album, she gives us a lot of different perspectives. And I appreciate that so much. This song is so vulnerable and so beautiful and just written so well. And this song could inspire a genuine movie. Like, I just think it's so full. I can't say enough good things about it. This song alone is a 10 out of 10 for me. The greatest. This song takes me back to a certain point of my life where I maybe put someone a little too high up on the podium. Maybe not more than my own self, because I truly don't think I'm capable of doing that. However, it was a little bit too close to how I feel about me. And the worst part of it all is that person did not deserve. This song reminds me of how important it is to pour back into my own cup, especially if the person that I'm pouring into is not returning the pour. So yeah, it's just like, I am the greatest. And I'm the greatest because of how I show up. For you and me. But you know what? Not you anymore. Whore. L'amour de ma vie. I actually don't speak French, so I don't know if I said that right, but I really hope I did. This song also reminds me of a part of my life, a different part of my life, and the greatest. But when I decided to give it a whirl with somebody that I typically wouldn't give it a whirl with, and it backfired. Because why did I do that shit? This song reminds me, listen to yourself, listen to your instincts. If you're not fucking with it, you're not fucking with it. And there doesn't need to be any further explanation on it. A song for every mood, every section of my 26 years. She's only like 22. How do you know this, Billie? When she said, my stomach upset almost all the time. Because the body does keep the score. The diner. Okay, I'm going to say something. And I'm going to need you to stay tuned in for this part because it's going to sound a little bit nutso. But follow me. I listened to this song and I liked it the first time. I listened to the song and I liked it the second time. I listened to this song after I'd heard her talking about how she wrote it from the perspective of the person who did this to her. And after speculation, we've come to the conclusion that she's writing it from the perspective of her stalker. I do not know why, but ever since I've listened to this song, I have thought about my love for Justin Bieber when I was 12 years old. Now, I've never stalked the man, ever. I don't think I've ever even left like an Instagram comment. Love the man, never stalked the man. And it just, I don't know. The ultimate stalker story time in music form. Argue with your mom. And this song is top 2. Bittersweet. This song makes me want to dance like this. You know what I mean? That's really all I can say. This song literally makes me unintentionally move my hips. Like, tied for top 2. That's all I can say. Blue. So Billie does this thing where she ties the final song of an album to the rest of the songs. And she did that here, but she did it a little bit differently. So the end of Skinny, the tone changed, and then she moved into Lunch different tone change, but she brought the tone of Skinny back into blue. Something about like her and Phineas's patterning. I don't know the most about music theory, but I know they did that shit correctly. And I also want to say the last 2 minutes specifically of this song feels like a movie. It feels like a song that I've heard in a movie, but it's not a movie that I've ever seen. I don't know, it just feels like I'm watching a breakthrough. And while this is the song's finale, it does not feel like the finale. It doesn't feel like when she did Goodbye, literally couldn't have been more final than that. But something about this song, it literally makes the end of the album, but it does not feel finished in a way. And I don't know if it's because she said, but when can we hear the next one? I don't know if it's because there's all these theories bopping around about a double deluxe album. I don't know what it is, but it definitely feels like some crumbs that she's leaving. You guys, I don't know what has gotten into these artists in 2024, but they've been dropping some good ass music, And this album, I'm gonna have to rate it a 9.8 out of 10. It's phenomenal. When you're really tapped in, tuned into your own self, god damn it, you make some good shit. You guys, I think that's all I can say about this album. I am so excited if there is a double deluxe situation going on. But until then, if you liked anything that you saw, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. And I will see you back here Sunday, baby.